What is going on YouTube? This is Zancap24 and we're back with episode 2 of discussing the most overpowered tactic in Madden 18. And thank everybody for reaching our goal of 100 likes on the last episode. Let's go ahead and set that goal to 250 on this video. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button located in the bottom right corner of your screen to get the best Madden tips all year long. If you're a subscriber already, make sure to go to our homepage and hit that notification bell to make sure you don't miss out on any of our Madden content. In this video, we're going to break down why the low precision pass is so effective and give you a couple more routes that you should be looking to use to best use this tactic. Today, we're going to look at two different types of routes. One's going to go ahead and attack your cover 2s, while the other one's going to go ahead and attack cover 4. The first example we're going to be looking at is this play called PA Boot out of the single back deuce, and it's going to go ahead and attack the Tampa 2. Before we get started, I want to make sure that you see that we did a little bit of a roster adjustment to the Seattle Seahawks lineup. We did put McCourty from the Browns that has that above 91 threshold zone on this team to team up with Earl Thomas to make sure they've gotten two 91 zones on the left-hand side. I do want to apologize to Russell Wilson. You are now wearing a Browns uniform. So in order to beat this cover 2 coverage with this play design, you don't have to do any hot routes or anything. You can run this as is. It's going to be very sim friendly. Just make sure you're running on the left hash mark. There is something special that we're going to be doing with our quarterback in order to get him in the best throwing position possible. And I'll get to that in the instant replay so I can go ahead and break down a little bit slower for you so you know exactly how and what I was doing. So here we go. We're going to go and hike the ball, cut off the play action, throw this low pass. And you're going to see that we're going to have a nice ability to throw in a nice soft spot. Let's go and take a look at an instant replay. So let's go ahead and break down this play, guys. And I have it on this view for a particular reason. I also want to teach you how to go ahead and get your quarterback in the right, correct throwing motion in order to make sure that you have a nice quick hitter when it comes to play action passes. In order to do this, you want to have a pre-plan before you get to the line of scrimmage. You're going to want to be able to cut off the play action and keep your quarterback in tight. And the way you do that is once you hike the ball, you want to hold the right trigger. At this point, I'm holding the right trigger, and you also want to press the left analog up. Okay, what that's going to do, it's going to let him do his animation to a certain point. Right now, that's all I'm doing is holding right trigger down, left analog up. You can see the right trigger is going to get the animation where we're going to do the fake handoff to the running back, and the up is going to allow him to stop in his tracks, pivot on his left foot, and get in a throwing motion right here. As you can see, by doing that, now we're in the correct position to be able to throw this ball. At this point, what you want to do is now shift your gears from going ahead and getting yourself in the right position to being able to go ahead and throwing this low precision pass. You want to press the left bumper at this point and basically just aim the pass to where you want to do it. So at this point, you want to aim at about the 5 o'clock position because you want to throw it low and inside to your X receiver. So hold down the LB, move your analog to the low right, and then just press the X button, and you're going to see that you're going to be able to throw a low ball. Now, the best thing about the low ball, it really shortens your route. What I mean by that is, if I was to throw a normal pass, he would catch it at a higher position and he would be further down the field. We catch this about the 27, 26 yard line, where if I was to throw a normal pass, you would definitely be on the other side of the 25, a lot closer to that free safety, allowing him to hit you and basically jar the ball loose. But that low pass gets you in an animation to where you catch it low and basically protect yourself from the hit and be able to get some low yardage. Let's go ahead and take a look at it again. So again, guys, all we're going to do is hike the ball, hold the right trigger and the left analog up. And then once we get our quarterback settled, we're going to go ahead and shift to the low precision pass by pressing the LB and the left analog down to the position we want to throw to him, and then pressing the icon of the receiver. So here we go. Hold the ball here. See that he's open. And you're going to throw that ball to the low spot right there. All right, guys, so we're going to go ahead and look at another example to beat cover 2. And we're going to look at this play called PA Slide. I'm going to flip it just to make sure that we're going against Earl Thomas and McCourty on the left-hand side, just for the sake of the video. And I really like to use this play when people are doing the Tampa 2 with the middle linebacker in a deep blue, and kind of show you how this works against that play. So what we're going to do here is just set up our defense to where we've got our middle linebacker in the deep blue, okay? So we're all set right there. And what you're going to see here is we're going to go ahead and use this X route in the same way we did in the last example. This time we're going to put the RB on an out and the A on a slant, really just to make sure that we have it here. These plays come out of the Pittsburgh Steelers playbook. The reason why I picked that playbook is just because it had all the examples I want from a cover 2 and a cover 4 standpoint when illustrating which routes you're looking for in your playbook. But these plays can be found in a lot of different playbooks. It's just this one had all of the ones that I was looking for to make it a little bit easier for a video. Now what we're going to do is just cut off the play action, and we're going to get our mechanic to be able to put the LB, hold that down, throw it to the inside position about the 5 o'clock while building it to the X receiver. Let's go ahead and show it to you here. Cut off the play action here. here, throw this ball down, and you're going to see that even though we're in a really tight quarter, the left, low pass precision is really going to get this play open. Just going to show it to you again here. You're going to see here that as we throw this ball, it's got no business throwing this ball a lot of the times, right? You're throwing this ball right here, and look at all these people. You shouldn't be able to catch it in this little 4 spot, but you have that ability to catch it and really be able to protect yourself with the low precision pass because of the way it works. If I throw this up high, surely he gets popped. But you can see that it just doesn't get popped. People kind of just go for arm tackles rather than not when it comes to this precision, and you're going to be able to throw it right there. Let's go ahead and show it to you again. And again, I'm just going to go ahead and put the defense in the deep blue. That's kind of what I like to do here. And make sure that we're going ahead, put the RB on the out, the A on the slant, cut off the play action, throw this ball down. And you're going to see again how we're going to be able to throw this ball in front of that a free safety that's in that deep protection in that 91 zone. You're going to see that he's going to be able to break on this ball, but you're going to see that we're going to have that ability to throw it in front of him and low. When we do low, the guy kind of gives you that cushion. I mean, he just doesn't come get you. See how he gave you the cushion? He's in a good spot right here to kind of attack this ball. And then he just kind of yields. He catches the ball, and you're in a good spot to catch this. So that's how it works on the cover 2s. Now let's go ahead and look at the cover 4 example and how that works. So for our cover 4 example, we're going to go to a play that I'd really like to run against cover 4 users that use it as a base defense. In order to really understand how this play works, I have to get a little bit more in depth with it and kind of give you a little bit of an example of what we do when we teach on our website when it comes to our ebooks. Now, this play I like to run flipped, where I have the running back on the right-hand side. I like to run it from the left hash mark because it's definitely got some better opportunity to do your reads and make it a simplified way of being able to determine what your opponent's in. Now, let me go ahead and show you. And what's going to end up happening is someone is going to, running cover 4 is going to run it 3 different ways. They can run it quarter flats, they can run it hard flats, or they can run it where they're doing over the top, where it's cloud flats, right? Depending on situations, depending on the user, most people are creatures of habit. They'll tend to run one way or the other for base plays, and then maybe if they're a cloud flat user, maybe they'll go ahead and switch to a hard flat when they're in a short yardage situation. But for the most part, people run a certain way, right? If they're running quarter flats, they're going to run quarter flats. If they're running hard flats, most of the time they run hard flats. If someone's running clouds, they may go ahead and switch to hard when the situation depicts. So what we're going to do here is, because it is a low precision video, I'm going to go ahead and show you basically how this incorporates in this play, and then I'll get a little bit more detail of how we are able to determine when we're throwing it to that guy as opposed to other guys, depending on the movement of some players, and give you some keys to really master this play. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to baseline and press. Most people do that when it comes to cover 4 because those outside players do a good job of covering the outside corner routes when they're in that press position when it comes to cover 4. Now, the play design here, we're going to do is we're going to take this A receiver, which is the tight end, we're going to put him on a block, put the X on a slant, and then we're going to take this B route, and it's a C route that's deep. We're going to motion him to the left and put him on a smart route. That is going to be your low precision route against cover 4. It does a really good job of getting underneath the safeties in a soft spot that we're going to be able to low precision pass to him in order to protect him and give him the best opportunity for catching traffic. If you don't low precision pass this ball, a lot of times you'll get your hands on it, try to catch it, and then the ball jars loose because those players converge on them. Low precision pass is so overpowered because of the fact that it does give you the ability to protect yourself on a low throw, to get your players some extra room to catch the ball and to hold on to it. Okay, so the way we use this is really against players that like to do the hard flats, okay? And it's something that I can go every single time against any cover 4, and I'm going to show you the read of what you're going to look at in order to know when it's hard flats, quarter flats, or cloud flats within a second of hiking the ball, so you know who to go to, okay? Now, the player you're going to go ahead and indicate is this player right here. Okay, he has a specific assignment that you're going to need to know. Okay, the difference between hard flats and quarter flats is this player on hard flats is going to continue to go and cover this Y down the field. So he's going to go and get lateral, and he's never going to go past this 5-yard mark. Okay, his job is to stick with this guy to the sidelines. Now with quarter flats, he's going to start going this way, And then he's going to put his foot in the sand, and he's going to man activate against this RB. Quarter flats has a man activating principle that if you have the right combination as far as going ahead and putting a play design together, you can go ahead and get that guy to cover the seam rather than the flats. And this is an example of that. We got a 2 receiver combination, and he's going to be able to go ahead and cover that seam up the field, giving us the ability to throw to the Y really easily. So that's going to be our first read. Now the cloud flats, what he's going to do is he's going to actually go back. And he's going to pass the 5-yard mark. That's going to give us the ability to attack a middle linebacker user who only has the ability to cover one player, but we're going to have the ability to have the RB up the seam on the right side of the field and the X on the slant on the left side of the field, spacing them out about 15 yards apart to where he can't possibly cover both players. And then on the hard flat situation, we like to go ahead and still have the X as an option. And the RB definitely has ability too, but the B is the route in which we can go ahead and get a little bit more yards with if we just hold off and throw it to him. And that's kind of what this video is about, is how to low precision pass. So we're going to use that route as an example. So now that we kind of got over everything, let's go ahead and show it to you here and put this guy back in his place. Hard flats, let's go ahead and run the play and show you exactly how we're going to make this work. So again, basically stay in your pocket, wait for this guy to come down here, and you're going to be able to throw past that there. And see, by doing the low pass, what we did, we slowed his route down, we allowed it to be a shorter route, and we gave him the protection in the pocket to be able to catch the ball and be able to secure it before anybody hits us. Now, if you see here, we have 3 people. We're throwing in between 3 people. If we were to throw it normal, see how I threw it down in a way? You're seeing that we were able to cut off his route, catch it, get it secured, and then get the catch. If you don't do that, he's going to catch the ball a little bit higher, more towards the 30, and then now he's going to be in traffic and trying to secure it as he's got people converging on him. Now, if we were to see the quarter flats, I'm going to show you basically how this player would react on the right-hand side, and you're going to see basically the difference of how you're going to be able to go ahead and identify who you should be throwing it to. Okay, so here we go. And we're doing the same route combination. Now watch that player again. That's over the top of Gabriel. He's going to go to the right, then he puts his foot in the sand. When he puts his foot in the sand, you're going to throw it to this guy over here. It's an easy 5 to 7 yard gain every single time because of the way he is going to man activate on that running back. So we're going over here. The first thing we're going to see is okay, he's going to the side. Right now, we can't tell if it's hard flats or quarter flats because it's the same movement, okay? When we see that that guy goes ahead and does that reaction, we know that our pass should be going to the flat because he is going to go ahead and cover that running back down the field. It's a real nice, easy play. You're going to see that that player that is on the outside is going to continue to go back. We're going to catch the ball for the nice, easy 5 to 7 yard gain. Now, the other option is if it's cloud flats, right? And that's probably the most popular. And with the cloud flats, what you're going to see is we're going to be able to attack this with 2 different players. Once we see that that guy goes ahead and backs up and does not react to the running back, we're going to be able to go ahead and show you that we're going to now turn our attention to throwing it to this X or the RB, depending on who the middle linebacker user goes ahead and takes away. So you can see that he goes backwards. As soon as he doesn't do anything, we're going to throw this to this X receiver across the middle. Obviously, that's a poor animation for us to get extra yards after the catch, but that's going to be the read. I'm going to show you basically how that's going to work here is once we see that that player right there goes ahead and goes back and continues to go backwards right here at this point, we'll know that he is not turning his hips to go more lateral towards the sidelines. He's basically going back and he's going to cross that 5 yard mark. See how he crossed the 5 yard mark? Against hard flats, he never crosses the 5 yard mark, okay? So you're going to see that, see how he keeps on going back and back? You're going to be able to see that as long as he keeps on going back and he doesn't ever turn, he keeps his eyes on the quarterback. See how he keeps his eyes on the quarterback? That's how you know that it's cloud flats. If he turns his hips and goes lateral towards the sidelines, you're going to know that it's hard flats, and that's when our eyes should go to this side of the field and do this 2 route combination, right? Because if it's hard flats, we're going to be able to throw it to the slant or the smart routed C route that goes to the inside. On cloud flats, we're going to go ahead and look at these 2 routes right here, the running back and the slant. Now, the running back on this case, because we're not user controlled, the guy jumped that route, okay? But look how far of a distance they are between each other. You're going to be able to throw to either one if the guy stays in the middle. If he shades to one side, you throw to the other side. It's a real simple read, and you're going to be able to throw it right here, right? When it comes to when you're going to throw the ball, depending on their reaction. And it depends on what they're doing. For the most part, people will go ahead and typically shade towards the wide side of the field, especially if he sees that the running back is going out on a route. So the slant route is usually the player that you're going to throw to. So you can kind of go ahead and say, you know what, I'm going to throw it to either side over the side. If they go ahead and you guess wrong or you read it wrong, that slant is going to continue to go this way, right? If he continues to go this way and takes the user with him, you're still going to get that player. So that's why this play is just a great design when it comes to reading the one player, which is a nickel cornerback, on what his reaction is, depending on who you're going to throw. It's really kind of an in-depth analysis, and I know it's a YouTube video, and I don't want to try to get too long, but mastering a play, understanding movement of players is part of Madden, and understanding how to get the best results. And it kind of goes and says, if you watch a pro player, Skimbo, very, very good at gun bunch, and he's mastered it. Part of the mastery is understanding how people react against certain coverages. If someone's in cover 2 all game, he's going to key on one player and say, if this guy is doing this reaction, I know who I'm throwing to. That comes over studying the game and play design. This is something that we'd like to teach on our website because of the fact that that's how you get better at Madden, is understanding the little nuances of it. So we appreciate it, guys. I know this went a little bit longer than normal, but I do want to kind of not downplay this play to show you, how to make it work more in your benefit, rather than just say, here's the low precision route and let's move on. I kind of wanted to give you a little bit more in-depth analysis of why we're doing what we're doing and what you were reading, in order to make sure you know when to throw it to him, when not to throw it to him, when to take the easy read, when to hold the ball in the pocket, depending on what they're doing, guys. So appreciate it. Again, thank you for the first videos and all those likes. It really shows the support, and we do appreciate that. Hit that like button again if you like this video and want to see more from us when it comes to breaking down the game of Madden. Catch you on the next video.